Good evening, everybody, Fantasy Endgame family. It is Thursday. It is time for Week 11 to officially begin tonight. The New York Jets at the New England Patriots. Not sure if this is going to be a great game tonight. We'll see. Always hoping for a great game. Hopefully, the Jets can do something on offense to at least help this be a competitive, somewhat high scoring, somewhat entertaining game. We shall see. I can't say I have high hopes for that, especially because it was announced today that Garrett Wilson, unfortunately, has been placed on IR. So you will not have Garrett Wilson until week 15 at the earliest. Week 15 at the earliest for Garrett Wilson. That is a big blow, Although after he dropped that 0 last week, maybe it's not that big of a blow, but I mean, come on. Garrett Wilson's been pretty good this year. That is definitely a big blow. No Garrett Wilson until at least week 15. So, not really sure what this Jets offense is going to look like tonight. Probably a lot of Breece Hall. But I wonder if in this game they're going to have to ask Justin Fields to throw the ball more than they want him to throw the ball. We shall see. Again, I'm not expecting a highly competitive game tonight, but you never know. Now, on the other side, Ramondre Stevenson is officially out. So, it should continue to be Travion Henderson season. Please, Mike Vrabel. I mean, Terrell Jennings, I'm pretty sure, is out as well. You know, they got the Ernest Johnson there, but come on. Give us a heavy dose of Travion Henderson, please. We want to see it. We want to see a ton of Travion Henderson tonight. We want to see him continue to rip off long runs, destroy this Jets defense. Do it, Mike Vrabel. Do it. I mean, you got to do it, right? Really doesn't have any other choice. Like, who else is he giving the ball to? So it should be a pretty nice night tonight for Travion Henderson. So if you've got him, I don't have him as he's not my highest ranked running back this week, but he's pretty high up there. He's probably a low end RB1, borderline RB2. So you definitely want to fire him up if you've got him in most cases. But of course, we'll see. We'll see what you got. We'll answer those questions. See how it's looking there. Some more potentially positive news. Bucky Irving and Chris Godwin again practiced today. So it's looking like both of them can return this week. Now, this would, of course, be great news if you have Bucky Irving. Would not be as good a news if you got, say, Tez Johnson, Cade Otton. We'll see about Chris Godwin. Like, obviously, Bucky's not going to affect Tez Johnson or Cade Otton. But Chris Godwin could certainly affect those guys. So we'll have to wait and see tomorrow. What kind of practice Chris Godwin gets in. Does he look like he's going to play or not? Same with Bucky. We'll see. Obviously, if Bucky plays, again, not a must start, but you got to feel pretty good. You're probably rolling out Bucky Irving. CJ Stroud officially has been ruled out already with that concussion. Is this good or bad for Nico Collins? Some people probably think it's good. I don't know. I don't know if it matters. I have Nico ranked very highly this week against the Titans. I don't think this changes my opinion. It might make me feel slightly better about Dalton Schultz. Schultz has been really good the last 2 games with mostly Davis Mills. So I really do like Dalton Schultz this week. And then some, I guess, breaking news right before I got on the stream here. Brock Purdy is back. Yes, we're going to see Brock Purdy this week. Officially has been announced the starter. Brock Purdy back. You got to feel good. This has got to be good for the entire 49ers offense. Like, all credit to Mac Jones. He held the fort as best he could, but man, they were missing those explosive plays, those big plays. Brock Purdy can bring that for him, so this is definitely good for the 49ers offense. All right, and of course, there are some minor things, but we don't need to talk about those tonight because we're more focused on Thursday Night Football, getting those lineups set for you. And as you can see, at the moment, I am by myself. Pierre is trying to get on. I'm going to hope Pierre can get on at some point before the end of the stream. But until that happens, I will be here holding it down, answering all the questions that I possibly can up until kickoff. Speaking of up until kickoff, you still have time right now to use this Drake May free pick. That's right. Drake May does anything tonight. You win. It's a win right off the bat. You pair that with one other pick and you get an easy win right out of the gate if you're a new customer to Underdog Fantasy. And when you join and sign up using promo code ENDGAME, As soon as you play just $5 on any pick, whether that pick wins or loses, does not matter. Underdog will give you $100 in bonus cash. So basically, you're free rolling here, right? You're playing $5, win or lose, they're going to give you $100, and you can actually use that cash. You can actually use it to make picks. And of course, again, when you join using promo code Endgame, they're going to match your first deposit 50% up to $1,000 in more bonus cash. So if you're looking for ways to get your fantasy fix on in football outside of just your regular fantasy leagues, your dynasty leagues, this is a great way to do it. If you haven't tried Underdog yet, I'm not sure why. This is a great time to sign up. They're always dropping bonuses. In fact, I did a 50% boost on my pick'ems today. So whatever the pick'em normally pays, it's boosted by 50% if it hits. They're always doing stuff like that to make it more exciting and more fun. So definitely check out Underdog Fantasy. Also, I can't pull up our app because, as I've said in the past, for some reason my Mac is too old, even though I don't think it's that old. It will not let me stream my iPhone onto the Mac, but I do want to say, go download our app, Draft Lane. That's Draft Lane, all one word. You can download it from Google Play or the App Store. And on there, you can ask questions just like you do on here. So if I don't get your question tonight, maybe you're like, hey, I can't super chat. Like I can't afford to super chat and can't afford to become a member. And I wasn't one of the free questions that, was randomly selected to be answered tonight. Go onto the Draft Lane app, download it, sign up for free. It just takes a minute. All you need to enter is like your name, your email, and create a password. Very basic stuff. You'll see a little settings wheel at the bottom right. Go to the settings wheel. See a little place for promo code Endgame. We're going to give you 10 free credits, which will allow you to ask 2 free questions to try it out, see what it's all about. Also, if you're on Yahoo or Sleeper, you can actually sync your fantasy leagues, and that way we can actually see your roster. So instead of having to type out your roster, you can just say start sit, and we can actually see your roster and tell you exactly who we would start, who we would sit. We can help you with waivers, trades, although the trade deadline is coming up for most leagues. Anything. And if you're not on Yahoo or Sleeper, you can still use the app. We have an ask a question feature. You just have to type it out, but we do have that feature for you. So that's Draft Lane, Google Play, or the App Store. Download it for free, sign up, try it out, see what you think. And I do want to ask, by the way, those of you who have been using the app, if you haven't given us a rating yet and you're enjoying it, please give us a rating on there, 5-star rating. It really helps us out, helps the app stores show it to more people. So if you've been enjoying the app, using the app, or if you're playing in any of the fantasy leagues in there, which those are a ton of fun, can't lie, give us a 5-star rating if you don't mind. All right. I think that is everything. I think I got everything out of the way. Let's jump into the question. So I do need to let you know, I'm going to answer every super chat, every member question tonight, guaranteed. I have to do that. If somebody is going to use their hard-earned money to ask a question, they deserve to have their question answered. That said, I will try to answer some non-super chats as I'm scrolling through. If I see something interesting, something timely, I will pull up some non-super chats. But again, if I don't get to your non-super chat and you want to get your questions answered, Draft Lane is a great way to do it. All right, let's jump right into it here. First question of the night goes to Cody. What is up, Cody? Trade question. Would you trade either Genty or Judkins for Olave? I think Judkins for Olave feels fair. Genty for Olave still feels like too much. I know I really do like Judkins. Judkins has a great schedule, but he's not a big pass catching back. He's in that Browns offense. He can get game scripted out. I still have to prefer Genty here. So I think Judkins for Olave fair. Genty for Olave feels like too much. If it was like Olave plus something else, maybe I could do Genty, but just Genty for Olave, that feels like too much. Judkins for Olave feels fair. All right, good luck with that. And, of course, my thing is not letting me scroll. Here we go. All right. All right, let's do this is the second question of the day. It's a non-super chat, but let's answer it. JC, not sure if you're still on here, but let's do it anyways. Diggs or Mac Hollins? I know Booty's out, but I can't start Mac Hollins over Diggs. Yeah, he's getting the deep shots, but I don't know. I'm still going to go Stephon Diggs here, personally. I'm going to go Diggs tonight. Diggs has been solid. All All right, our member Bert, what's up? Traded Jameson for Gadsden. I was streaming tight ends. I think that's fine. I think Jameson for Gadsden is fine. Look, Gadsden, they're already saying like he's full practice. He's gonna play this week. I think that's fine. I think it's fine. All right, our next member question. Arvin, what's up? Hold on, need a little water. Hurts, Dowdle, Chase Brown, Marks, Rice, Igbuka, T-Mac, Myers, Franklin. Traded Igbuka and Dowdle for Henderson and JSN. Ooh. I think I'm okay with this. I mean, you're getting a wide receiver upgrade for sure with Jackson Smith and Jigba. And look, if this is it, if Travion Henderson's about to take over the backfield, he's got a great schedule. I think I do this. Give me Henderson and JSN. This could be a league-winning move right here. I think I do it. No, I do it. Take it. All right, another non-member Gem, but she's always on here. Our two options are Flowers, Waddle, Devonta Smith, Devontae Adams. I've got Waddle number 1. I think I have Adams number 2. I have Flowers up there too. I do really like Flowers this week, but I think I got to go Adams. I'm going to go Waddle, Adams. I mean, these are all really good choices. I'm going to go Waddle, Adams. Starting CMC and deciding between Barkley or Kyron Williams. My goodness, what is this, a 4-team league? I still have Barkley above Kyron this week. Tough spot for Kyron. Tight end killer Goddard. Let's go Goddard. Good luck. All right, another one of our members, Michael. Start Odunze or Devonta Smith. I literally have these guys back to back. I have Odunze one spot ahead of Devonta Smith, so no strong feeling here. I do expect a good A.J. Brown week. Contemplated putting him on the booms, but he just feels a little too risky. But, you know, squeaky wheel. Lions play a ton of man, a ton of single high. That's what A.J. Brown feasts on. I feel like Devonta Smith could take a bit of a backseat this week. I know he's been so good, but I'm going to go slightly Odunze. And then Chase Brown or Kyron, I'm definitely going to go Chase Brown there. All right, good luck, Michael. All right, Mary Jo, 8-team, full PPR, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end and flex. Got Bijan, Dowdle, Judkins, Henderson, Aaron Jones. Ooh. Let's see if we can get Henderson in the lineup. Wide receiver, JSN, London, AJB, Diggs, Shaheed. We might be able to. Going to go London, JSN at wide receiver, Bijan, Dowdle at running back. And I think I'm going to be honest. I have A.J. Brown slightly ahead of Travion Henderson because I do expect a big A.J. Brown week. But Travion Henderson probably safer tonight. Maybe just go Henderson over A.J. Brown here. But don't put Henderson in the flex. Move Dowdle to the flex. We could put Henderson in his RB2. So Bijan Henderson at running back. London, JSN wide receiver. Dowdle at the flex. Slightly over A.J. Brown. And then, yes, Molly Wop. Good reminder. We have 217 people on the stream right now. Let's get those likes hit. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead. Take 1 second. Hit that subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. All right, another one from Mary Jo. This is a 10-teamer. 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end, and a flex. We got CMC, Judkins, Harvey, Swift, Manungai. We got Rice, Ladd, Odunze, Tez Johnson, Jacoby, Debo, Kittle, Gadsden. I do like Gadsden, but we got to go Kittle at tight end. I'm going to go CMC, Swift at running back, and I'm going to play Rice, Ladd, and Odunze this week. So there we go. Good luck. All right, next super chat from Jason. What is up? Start 1 flex, Breece Hall tonight, A.J. Brown or Vidal in non-PPR? Well, that changes things. I'm going to go... I have Breece Hall and Vidal neck and neck. I don't know. With Garrett Wilson out, you might need to use Breece Hall a ton tonight. Both him and Vidal are in tough spots this week. Let's go Breece Hall tonight in non-PPR. All right, good luck, Jason. All right, then we got Zachary. What's up? One of my Super Leagues started 1-5 and now 5-5. Very nice. Like that. Love that. I got Caleb, Achan Walker, Lamb, JSN, Odunze, Waddleworthy, Mason, Bill, and Ertz. Tight end, do you think championship could happen with this team? I mean, you're great at wide receiver. You got Achan. Tight end's okay. You got good enough at QB. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Like, yeah, this team is certainly like, I mean, we need Kenneth Walker to get it going, or you gotta find an RB2 somewhere here. So you gotta, I know you've been working the waiver wire, right? You got Bill. Unfortunately, he didn't work out. Hopefully somebody will pop up here. We can get that RB2 short up. But I mean, overall, this is a very strong team. I don't know if this is a 12-teamer, 10-teamer, 8-teamer. Obviously, if it's an 8 or 10-teamer, probably needs to be a little stronger at RB2. If it's a 12 or deeper league, you definitely got a shot here. Good luck. Well done, by the way, coming back from 1-5. Well done. All right, Ledge End. What's up? Need to improve team. Which trades do you suggest? Daniel Jones, McCarthy, McCaffrey, Henry, Etienne, Manungai, Jameson, Rice, Olave. I don't really see. Why do you need to improve this team? I mean, you got CMC, Henry, and Etienne. Like, you're stacked at running back. You got Rice, Olave, Pittman, and Jameson at wide receiver. You got Kittle and Pitts. I mean, I don't really see why you need to improve this team. Like, I don't like, oh yeah, you need, like, you're good. You're pretty good here. I mean, you got a stud wide receiver, you got 2 stud running backs, you got, I mean, Pittman and Olave have been very solid high-end wide receiver 2s. Jameson is coming on with Dan Campbell calling the plays. Etienne is coming on. I'd be very happy. I'd be very happy with this team right now. Very happy. I think you're good. All right, G for Gamer Kid. What's up? I think I'm going to play Pearsall over Sutton. I mean, I don't need, is Pearsall for sure playing yet? I do like QJ this week. I will say that. Drop Bill for Mike Evans. I'm fine with that. Bill, yeah, it's not happening for Bill. I do have Sutton the highest here. Who was the other choice? QJ. I really do like QJ. I mean, I'd probably have QJ second. This is a good matchup for QJ. I mean, Ricky Pearsall coming off a major knee injury, if he even plays. Let's see there. But hey, it's your team. It's your team. If you're feeling Pearsall, play Pearsall. All right, Moises, what's up? Schultz might be missing this week. What have I missed with Schultz? Let's see. Dalton Schultz. No. It's just an illness. So he didn't practice because of an illness. I'm not too worried about this, but okay, let's see. Maybe his illness. I rarely see a guy miss for an illness, but you never know. All right, but if that's the case, Fannin and Njoku, Mason, Loveland, I would go Fannin. I think Schultz will play. All right, Juan Pablo Guerrero, what's up? I guess assume that does that mean 1 out of 2 or half PPR? With Dart out, which QB should I start? McCarthy, Joe Flacco, or Purdy? Oh, I see. It's 1 out. Okay, Purdy's playing, but I'm still going to go Joe Flacco this week. Give me Flacco. If Pearsall is out, can I flex Michael Wilson? Yeah, definitely worth a flex. Definitely worth a flex. All right, then we got JCR Melts. What's up? Traded Swift and Manungai and Addison for Bucky and DJ Moore. Thoughts? I think it's fine. Look, Swift, Manungai kind of just feels like Swift. So I'd still prefer Bucky. Addison for DJ Moore. I mean, I would prefer Addison, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, a PSA from Vikings male cheerleaders. Everybody start Hendy. Everybody. I'm not sure if everybody has Henderson. But yes, if you have Henderson, he's definitely a good start. All right, Admiral Habibi, what's up? Looking for a flex spot at the moment between Trey Tucker or Jacoby Myers. Yeah, I probably would go Trey Tucker too just because of the Cowboys. Although, look, the Cowboys defense could be better. Remember, they traded for Logan Wilson. They traded for Quinnen Williams. They have a couple players coming back from injury. It could be better. Could be better this week. But how good could we feel about Jacoby Myers against the Chargers? I'd probably go Trey Tucker too. All right. Findy the Human said he's got RJ Harvey and Stephon Diggs. No idea who's supposed to start. I mean, yeah, I'm going to go Diggs, assuming it's PPR. Diggs has been solid. Booty's out. It's the Jets. No Sauce Gardner. RJ Harvey's fine. Nothing wrong with RJ Harvey, but it is the Chiefs. I don't feel a big game from Harvey. So I'm going to go Diggs. Then another one from Habibi. He obviously watched the stash video. I think look, if you don't have Bijan, or you don't have Javonte, or you don't have Kyron, I would say Corum would be my number one pick, because I want the running back in that Rams offense who I know is going to get every touch. That's going to be Blake Corum. Algier would be second. Phil Maffa would be third for me, because there's no guarantee that, like, if Javonte gets hurt, that Maffa is going to be as good or get all the touches like Javonte. So I'd rank him Corum 1, Algier 2. All right, Alex, what's up? Apologies for the headache in advance. Start 2 running back, 1 flex. Got Genty, Rico, Henderson, Nico. Oh, man. I'm going to go Rico, Nico. Oh. Oh, man. I mean, I do technically have Genty higher. There's a part of me that wants to say Henderson tonight. But I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I'm gonna say Rico, Genty, Nico. I don't like benching Henderson tonight, but man, you got 4 good options here. I'm gonna go Nico, Genty, Rico, assuming PPR. If it's non-PPR, then I'll Nico. Oh, look at this. All right, he made it. What is up?
Call me Brock Purdy. Just when you count me out, I'm making an appearance.
Exactly. All right. We're moving through the questions. I don't know what you can see on the screen. What's the first question you can see here?
The first question I can see is I see Sob92 is the first super chat.
All right, so you're probably way down there, so let's keep moving. All right, we got Alexis. What's up? Start 3. Bijan, Judkins, Henderson, Harvey, or Genty? I'm going to go Bijan, Henderson, Genty.
I mean, look, Bijan, we still kept him in the must start. You can't not start Bijan. Trevion, I think, is one. I'm going to say no to Judkins. I think you got to go Genty over Harvey, right? Based on matchup.
Oh, yeah. I think Genty definitely over Harvey. So, yeah. All right, then another one from Lexus. Offered Travion, Genty, and Sutton for Sun God. Got turned down? Somebody turned that down? Wow.
I mean, look, it's 3 good players for 1 great player, but that's a pretty good deal, right? You get 2 potential stud rookie running backs. I mean, that seems fair. His running backs are Tyler and Demarcado and Chase Brown. Tyler,
this feels like one of those trades you look back on when you're celebrating a fantasy championship and you say, "Thank goodness he said no to that trade." Like, I really think I'm getting league winner vibes from Travion Henderson. Like, it just feels like things are aligning, and I know because John, our editor, who also has his own channel, The Catch, which you should go check out, and also has been helping us with our dynasty videos, broke down how Travion Henderson has like the best running back schedule rest of the season. Like, I feel like people are going to look back and be like, you're going to look back on this and be like, thank goodness he didn't do this. We'll see.
And that's what I was kind of saying this week about Travion. It's like, he's not must start, right? Like, if you have options like Genty and, like really good running backs, like, okay, like, am I going to start him over Chase Brown this week? Like, okay, probably not, but man, if I have him for the most part, unless you're stacked at running back, like I almost want to start him no matter what, because it's one of those things. It doesn't always happen, but with rookies, it's like once the floodgates open, that's it, right? Like he had that game. He's got that opportunity. Like there's no putting it back, right? Putting the toothpaste back in the tube. But anyways, yeah. I look, I guess this is good. You got turned down.
Yeah, I think it's going to end up good for you. All right, JCR Melt's got one more PPR flex. Slayton, Michael Wilson, DJ Moore. Assuming Slayton plays, I'm going to go Slayton.
Yeah, this comes down to Slayton playing or not. You know what? I think it's in that order. Slayton, Wilson,
Yeah.
DJ Moore. Put Moore last.
Yeah, not starting DJ Moore. All right, Alexander's channel. Pick one in PPR, Diggs or Judkins. I'm going Diggs.
Yeah. Like, I don't think Judkins is an absolute must sit. Like, I'm not that worried about him, but I hate to say, look, it was kind of surprising that he was as efficient as he was to start the season because he had zero training camp, zero practice, zero anything. And then all of a sudden he was running wild. He's kind of trending the wrong way. You know, like Henderson and Harvey are trending up. Judkins is one of those weird cases where he's kind of trending down as the season goes on. So, in PPR, Diggs, I think definitely this week.
All right. Speaking of Henderson, Woe Taco, like how high are we on Henderson? Would we play him over Javonte, or would you play him over Javonte or Saquon?
No, that's the line. Yeah. Like Javonte gets the Raiders, they're going to be running like no, you can't sit Javonte and Saquon. I mean, look, Saquon hasn't been great every week either, but I'm starting Saquon.
Yeah, I think that's going too far. All right, Fias Kane, what's up? Needs help picking 2 wide receivers to start. Got DK, probably not. Odunze, Jennings, QJ, or BTJ. Like, is there even a chance BTJ plays this week?
My better judgment says I'm not starting him anyways, like I said last week, so I don't care.
Yeah, I'm going Odunze and Jennings here, especially with Purdy back. I feel way better about Jennings with Purdy back now.
Well, I don't know if I feel way better, but maybe slightly better. I don't even know if I feel better because how healthy is Brock Purdy anyways? I mean, Brock Purdy, look, it's not like he was lighting it up before he got hurt. So I feel good enough that I want to start Jennings. Yeah, it's Odunze Jennings for me, but let's see Purdy make it through the game and not look like he's injured. Let's see.
Well, that's true. But I did see something like one thing like that the 49ers offense has lacked with Mac Jones. They don't have those big plays. Like he's fine. Like he's fine in those short intermediate routes, but he's not hitting those downfield plays. So I feel like Purdy can give them that. Hopefully. I feel like if they're playing Purdy, he's got to at least be close to 100%. Like we'll see. All right, Nicholas wants to know 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, and a flex. Chase Brown, Gibbs, Swift, Judkins, Javonte, Vidal, Higgins, Pickens, Addison, Jennings, Sutton. I'm going Gibbs, Chase Brown, Higgins, Pickens, and flexing Javonte.
It's like Javonte's got to be in there, right? Yeah. 3 running backs here.
Yeah.
Yep. Higgins, Pickens, or the wide receivers. There you go.
All right, Dion saying he picked up Joe Burrow, put him on my IR spots. Nice. Had to drop JD5. Okay.
Well,
I guess.
You're going to have a stud quarterback either way, so I guess that's fine.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a better chance JD5 plays this year than Burrow because, like, the thing about Burrow is they also said, like, him and Zach Taylor kind of also said, like, the record is going to depend if he plays or not. Like, if the Bengals keep losing, and look, I don't even care what the schedule says. The Bengals have just lost to the Jets and then blew the game to the Bears. Like, I don't even who could be on the schedule where you're like, oh, the Bengals are going to win that easy. There is no team.
No.
So, yeah, if the Bengals keep winning, Joe Burrow, they may just say, like, hey, there's no point.
But then at the same time, you could say the same thing about JD. What is Washington's record, right? They were like 3-6 in the last week, and the 3. I mean,
well, that's true. That's true. But I feel like JD could, like, there's a chance after the bye. Like,
yeah.
So
3-7. Cincinnati is 3-6. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, but
true.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how it plays out.
I mean, it's fine. You traded JD for Burrow, like whatever. All right, Dan Fuller, what's up? Yes, it has been a minute.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Rate his 14-man full PPR money league team that's 5-5. Here's the team. It's 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, flex tight end. Got Caleb, CMC, Stevenson, DeMarcado. Remember, it is a 14-teamer. But he does have JSN, Waddle, Jennings, Moore, Parker Washington, Burden. You got Brock Bowers. I mean, look, you got JSN and CMC. That right there is fantastic. Right. Obviously, RB2 is a little weak. You got a good wide receiver, too. Flex probably a little weak. So RB2 flex a little weak, but it's a 14-teamer. This has got to be one of the better teams still, though, I would think.
Yeah, and in a deeper league like this, it's better to be kind of like top heavy, right? When you have those studs, than to be spread out. Where like I have good players everywhere. You'd rather have great elite players, and then you can fill in spots. You can always stream a guy, right? Pick up a guy to fill in any given week. So, I mean, 14-teamer. You know, I think the only thing I'm like, Caleb Williams is like okay. I would prefer a better quarterback, a more dependable quarterback, I should say. But it's probably like an 8. I would say maybe like an 8.
All right, we just got news. Also, Ricky Pearsall back this week. So Purdy and Pearsall back. Next, they're going to announce they found Bigfoot. That's going to be next.
I was going to say, it's Christmas already. It's like Christmas miracle.
All right, 10-team non-PPR. Currently have Darnold. This is Dion again, by the way. Rodgers, McCarthy, Brissett. Nah, I'm just rolling with Darnold.
Yeah. But remember, Brissett doesn't have Marvin Harrison Jr. this week. Tough matchup for Darnold. It's not a great matchup for Brissett. So, just go Darnold.
All right, back to Dan. He said he got offered a trade. I guess he's given up CMC and Waddle for Achan Judkins and Wan'Dale Robinson. I don't think I'm doing this.
Wait a minute. He has CMC, right? He would be giving up CMC?
Yeah, I think, again, because I'm guessing, 14-teamer, there's probably aren't a lot of teams out there that have great RB2s and wide receiver 3s and stuff anyways, so.
Here's the thing, too, Dan, is Waddle, we talked about this a little bit recently on the video that tomorrow comes out. Waddle has been quietly better than you think he's been, and he's been really solid, I think CMC is clearly better than any player on that other side, but then Achan, of course, is good, but Waddle is clearly better than every other player in that deal also. Judkins, Wan'Dale, so don't do that.
All right, let's go to Samantha. What's up? Starting Goff, Kyron, Brees, Nico, Odunze, Schultz, Watson on the bench, Sutton, Nix, Dobbins, Sharps. I mean, I like Watson this week, but I think I'm still playing Sutton over Christian Watson. Personally.
Well, I saw today Watson popped up questionable, didn't he? I mean,
yeah, but he said he's fine. He said it's like football sore, which is better than ACL sore or something like that. But still, I mean, Watson could. It's a good spot for Watson. I'm gonna talk about him, I think, on the sneaky starts video. But I'm still playing Sutton over a guy like. I mean, what has Christian Watson done lately? Like 2 catches?
Yeah, no, I agree. Nothing much. The question here, would you drop Nix for Purdy? I mean, look, 3 things. Number 1, Nix has been horrible, so yes. Number 2, gets the Chiefs this week and he's on bye next week, so you don't want to start him next 2 weeks, worthless to you. And number 3, you're a Niners fan. Get your boy Purdy. Why not? He's back.
Exactly. What about Dobbins? Yeah, I think you can drop Dobbins for Shakir.
Well, what's the deal? They say they're considering IR. Now, here's the other thing is, again, bad matchup this week, bye next week. But besides that, if they're even considering IR, and this is J.K. Dobbins, right? This is a guy who, Christian Watson, he makes Christian Watson look like the picture of health. They're battling for most perennially injured player. Like, yeah, I think you can drop Dobbins for a guy like Shakir.
All right, Alex B. This is a tough one. Wife wants to trade me BTJ for my Franklin. Is it worth it? But here's the thing you have to think about. You can't just think about this like as one of your league mates. Because you have to live with the consequences. So I would prefer Franklin to BTJ, which means I would do this deal and I would take BTJ for my wife so that she can have Franklin. So that at least I don't have to live with it.
If she she's offering this too. She wants to do it. You know, unless you have a really comfortable couch, then yeah, just do it.
Exactly. All right, Jay. PPR Dak or Flacco? I'm going Flacco.
This week. That's tough. I mean, Dak gets the Raiders. I like Dak. I think I picked him in our 3 QB. Weekly ritual here. It's Flacco against the Steelers. You got to go Flacco. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to. This could go either way, but I think I'll give the edge to Flacco. Vidal or Genti? I mean, got to go Genti, right?
Got to go Genti.
Yeah.
All right, Eric. Hola. Thank you. Appreciate that. Needs help for tonight. Happy price start. 2 wide receivers and running backs. And a flex. Got Ibuka, Rice, Collins, Dowdle, Javonte, Henderson, or Bucky. My goodness. Boy. I'm going to go Rice, Ibuka at wide receiver. I think you got to go Dowdle at running back.
Only one running back we can start here.
I think I'm going to flex Nico.
That's Javonte Williams, right? You got Javonte too?
Yeah, I have Nico higher.
Wow.
Although half PPR may make it closer, but yeah, I'm going Rice, Ibuka, Dowdle, and Nico. My goodness, you're gonna have some points on your bench.
Yeah, I'm almost tempted to, because I know Rice is pretty much set and forget, but maybe sneak in Javonte over him just because of the matchup. Because it's half PPR. That's the thing,
Yeah.
I can only have one running backs. Look, if it's my team, I'm going Ibuka. I feel Nico. We did 3 receivers, right? Parallel Earth yesterday. We're doing 3 receivers. I'm going Nico. It's the Titans. I would go Ibuka, Nico, Dowdle, Javonte, I think. But I don't think there's any bad choice here. I wouldn't play Bucky. That's too risky, even if he plays.
All right. Terrell Jennings is active tonight, so hopefully that does not put a wrench in Henderson. Come on, Vrabel. Come on, Vrabel. Do the right thing. All right. Then Derek saying, if there's 14 people, there should be 14 thumbs up. That's right. But there's actually 314 people right now, so there should be 314 thumbs up. Let's go.
I see 314 right now. Yeah.
Let's go. Thank you, Derek. All right, Nando's World needs running back, full point PPR, Brees Hall, Vidal, or Harvey. I'm going. I mean, I have Brees Hall and Vidal back to back. They're both in tough matchups, but I think I'm going to go Brees Hall. Garrett Wilson out. They might need him. He catches passes. I'll go Brees.
It's tough because we keep talking about the Patriots' run defense. It's now one of the best in the league, but so is the Cleveland Browns. And Brees still managed to do something last week, right? So, yeah, I barely give the edge to Brees.
All right, then we got Nathan K. What's up? Start Kyron or Henderson? I'm going to take a chance on Henderson.
And then trade. Yeah, look, Kyron, you never have to worry about, right? He's pretty much set and forget. It is a tough defense. Okay, so I know I can't say every defense is the best run defense, but top 5 run defenses: Patriots, Browns, Seahawks, statistically fewest yards per carry. So this is a tougher matchup for Kyron going against Seattle. Henderson against the Jets. Let's go Henderson. Now, what about trading Kyron for Bucky? Is there really an advantage there?
No, I don't think you're gaining anything by doing this. I would just hold Kyron.
Yeah, but I will say this is the time, and of course I said on the video, right, stashing. If you're a Kyron owner, it's almost must stash time. You get Blake Corum there. Have him on your bench.
Yep, have him on your bench. All right, Robert, what's up? Needs to start 3. I assume that's Derrick Henry. It's full PPR. Derrick Henry, Rachaad White, Brees Hall, Aaron Jones, Javonte Williams, Etienne, Quinshawn. Well, I think Javonte and Henry have to be 2 of them. I have Aaron Jones as number 3. Javonte, Henry, Aaron Jones are my 3.
Yep. I completely agree there. I think Javonte is this number 1 choice here, and Henry and Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I think Bob speaks for everybody. The New York Jets on prime, why? Why do we have the New York Jets on? Why did they get a prime time? It wasn't I get it a couple years ago when they signed Aaron Rodgers. But they what? Why did they get a game? Why did they get a primetime game?
Because they're New York. That's it.
Yeah, no one cares. All right, Money Mitch. Would you drop Shaheed to pick up Ricky Pearsall, who's back? Yeah, I think so. I would do it.
Look, I'm not going to hold my breath. Like I'm not saying Ricky Pearsall is the next Christian Watson, but let's see him make it through more than one game first. But again, Pearsall, his rate stats for the couple of games he did play were great. You remember how 3 weeks in the season he was like leading the NFL in yardage? I mean, and with Purdy back, you've got to feel pretty good. This is a time to buy low. This is low. I mean, Shaheed is just like a maybe flex if you're desperate at Seattle at this point. So yeah, definitely
do that. All right, Santiago, what's up? Brees or Etienne? Ooh, I have Etienne higher this week.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't love Etienne ever, but especially this week, he's fine. But this is, Brees is risky. Brees has some upside. I think he can go Etienne here.
All right, then Billy Joe, what's up? Shakir or Watson? I have Shakir higher this week.
Yeah, Shakir here. Look, Shakir's still, and he's going to be the leading receiver for the Bills basically every week. I think it's been 6 weeks in a row he's led the Bills in target share, and now Dalton Kincaid is out. He's not a must start, but again, he's just solid, pretty much set and forget. More floor than ceiling, but it's a high floor.
All right, we got Blue Line 757. What's up? Trade T. Higgins for Chase Brown, Henderson, or Judkins. I think this feels fair for any of these guys, honestly. Like if you're deep at wide receiver and Higgins is your, wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4, and you need a running back, I think this is fair for any of these guys.
Yeah. I again, not panicked, but if I had to pick here, it would be in that order. Chase Brown first, Henderson second, Judkins third.
Yep. Agree. All right. Then we got Thomas, Henderson, or Chase Brown. I think we said Chase Brown, right?
Yeah, I've been liking both a lot this week. Again, I know it's hard not to start Henderson against the Jets, but Chase Brown against the Steelers, we talked about that in depth. You just got to go Chase Brown.
Yep. All right, then Money Mitch, remember he's going to drop Shaheed for Pearsall, or would you grab Strange off of IR? I would just hold Pearsall over Strange.
No, Pearsall's the one you want there. Strange is not anybody I feel like compelled to stash. I might talk about him next week. I don't feel like you had to even stash him this week. I mean, Hunter being out for good for sure. All right, it makes them slightly more interesting, but they did get Jacoby Myers, so Strange is still, I don't think he's even going to be more than just like a streamer rest of the season.
All right, then William, trade question. Would you trade Justin Herbert and Adams for Jalen Hurts? I want the Herbert Adams side. Definitely.
Herbert has been good. He's been solid all year, right? It's not a massive upgrade here at quarterback. I mean, obviously Jalen Hurts, still an elite quarterback, but no, this feels like way too much.
Agree. All right, Juice, what's up? Would you play Trey Benson over Chris Rodriguez if he's activated? Has Trey Benson have they even opened up his window yet?
I have not heard anything encouraging about Trey Benson.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Trey Benson. I really doubt we're going to see Trey Benson this week. So,
Yeah, I was going to say, now think about it. I haven't heard anything at all about Trey Benson, which is not good. So, we'll just assume you're not going to have Trey Benson. But if he is activated this week, if it happens to happen, I guess. I mean, if he's good to go, he's going to be the lead back there, right?
Supposedly. I do like Chris Rodriguez as a sneaky start this week, though. All right, Python, what's up? Sit 2 between Brees, Henderson, Genty, Swift, Lamb, London, Rice, Higgins. All right, we got to sit 2 of these guys. I don't think I'm sitting any of those wide receivers. I'm not sitting Genty. I'm sitting Brees and Swift.
Man, sit 2. Swift, I think, is definitely the first one I'm sitting. And yeah, probably Brees.
And he says, can also play QB in an open slot. He's got Dak and Fields, but on the waiver wire, Mills to a Jameis.
Oh, you got to put Dak in there.
I would not play Fields. Yeah, if you can put Dak in there, put Dak in there.
Yeah.
If you need a second one, I'd probably go. I might go Mills. I might go Mills if you need a second one against the Titans. Honestly,
Yeah, if you could play Dak, you're going to play Dak. Yeah, well, I would put Tua next and then Mills. But either way, if you can go Dak, go Dak.
All right, then we got Daniel. What's up? Needs an RB2. He's got a bench full of handcuffs. Would you trade Igbukah for Chase Brown and Kamara? I would not.
Kamara's nah.
Why can't we get instead of Kamara? Like I'm fine. Like I'm fine with what you're doing here. Trade Igbukah, get Chase Brown, but why can't we also get a wide receiver like Chris Olave?
Right.
Michael Pittman, Zay Flowers, somebody like that. Even Marvin Harrison. Like, okay, I know Marvin Harrison just had surgery for appendicitis, but he's not out for the season. If you don't need Harrison for the next couple weeks, you know what I mean? Like, give me a wide receiver back as well. That's pretty good.
Right, because you're trading Igbukah, you got London Adams, good, and then Jennings. Like, okay, Jennings could be a wide receiver 3, but prefer a little bit more depth there. Yeah, so swap out Kamara for a good receiver, and yeah, then it could be a deal.
All right, then we got Johnny 22 Bear. What's up? Needs the tight end between Hunter Henry, Colson Loveland, your boy Greg Dulcich.
Oh boy, he honestly, not just he's a Dolphin now. You remember when we started doing this? He was one of my boys. Where I was like, Greg Dulcich is going to be the next great tight end. We're still waiting. I think this week just go Henry against the Jets.
I kind of want to go Loveland, but I guess Henry's fine.
Loveland is, he was still moderately involved even despite Cole Kmet being back. It's just I'm thinking the upside here, he's fine. It's probably pretty close. I think the matchup just gives me the edge for Henry, but it could go either way.
All right, we're gonna get our first look, or I shouldn't say. We're gonna get our first look at Adonai Mitchell in a Jets uniform. He's officially active tonight, so we'll see how that goes. All right, speaking of parallel Earth, it says Chris pick one, but maybe that's because you weren't on yet. Jets plus 13 or the Pats money line. Well, like if there's no vig here, like if it's just straight up, like somebody's just saying even money bet here, give me the Pats money line.
Why not? Look, weird things happen on Thursdays sometimes. Might not be a high-scoring game. Like they might not blow them out. The Jets might get special teams touchdowns again. But yeah, let's just go Pats.
I mean, I think Jets plus 13 is a great bet, honestly. Like I know it's the Jets, but I think they can cover plus 13. They can cover 13 tonight. But I also don't think they can win.
I would think not. No.
All right, we got a super chat from Rodney. I don't see oh, here it is. Here's the question. All right, 12-team PPR, 3 wide receiver, 2 flex. Sutton, Judy, QJ, Pearsall, Godwin. Dortch, Mac Hollins tonight with no booty. Jalen Lane, Jalen Naylor, Jalen, Musgrave, Demercado, Fryermuth. All right, we need 3 wide receivers. I'm going to go Sutton, QJ, Judy.
Well, look at this. He didn't say tight end. It just says 3 receiver, 2 flex. So he's throwing Muth out there like as a flex possibility. Like, look, I like the way I've always loved Rodney's questions because he's always like looking at all these players based on the matchup. And I know you watch the videos because he's always like Naylor and all. Okay. Wow. So we need 3 receivers out of this group. Man. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go Sutton, Judy, QJ.
Might as well take a chance on Pearsall with this group, right?
Yeah, I'll probably flex Pearsall. And I'll say this, like, look, Bam Knight is dealing with an ankle injury. Demercado has been pretty good. It's a good matchup this week against the 49ers. I might go Demercado.
Well, okay, and then that assumes Benson's not active, right?
Yeah, I like that would come out of left field. We haven't heard anything about them opening his window or anything. It's like
right. I mean, if Benson plays, then no, forget it. But if he's not, then sure, I'm good with Demercado and Muth is a little bit tempting here. I'm not gonna lie, he's a little bit tempting, but Yeah, Sutton for sure. I think QJ's number 2. I would go Pearsall, Judy DeMarcado. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, here's the update from yesterday. Gannon said running back Trey Benson, who still has not yet had his practice window opened up, is taking it day by day. He's not playing this week. He's not playing this week. All right, nap god. I squeezed in a little nap today. I don't know if I could be considered a nap god. It wasn't a very good nap. It was like 10 minutes of barely sleep, but it was a nap, I guess. All right, Henry Etienne or RJ Harvey, pick 2. Definitely going to go Henry here. I still have Etienne over RJ Harvey this week.
Because RJ Harvey is in a very tough matchup, yes. I think we got to go those first 2. And then Loveland or Auden. Now here, it's got to be Auden, right?
I know, but what if, because Chris Godwin was limited again today, what if Chris Godwin plays? That puts a little wrench in Auden, right?
How do we go from it's late November, early December to all of a sudden like, oh, yeah, he's practicing? Like, how did that just – I'm not buying that. Nah, Godwin's not going to be 100%. I'm going Auden.
All right, I guarantee you this is going to be a tough one. I know it's tough for me. All right, Kaylin wants to know Travion Henderson tonight or Devonta Smith? Assuming PPR. I'm assuming if it's non-PPR, Henderson, but assuming PPR.
And Smith has been so good lately, right? Been very solid. It's not a great, like a smash spot. It's good. You pointed out this matchup, his coverage is actually better for A.J. Brown than it has been recently. I think I'm going Henderson here.
I have Smith literally one spot ahead of Henderson, but I have no problems going. I mean, when guys are that close, it's like, come on, we're splitting hairs here. So I'm fine. Right. I'm fine just saying Henderson, so we agree, and you can start Henderson tonight.
Yeah, I mean, look, very close either way. The thing with Henderson is I feel like, being a running back who's definitely going to get touches against a really bad team, definitely gets the edge in terms of floor. But look, if he plays like he played last week against an inferior team, I think he also gets the ceiling.
All right, then we got Saab 92, half PPR, pick 1. Higgins, Brees, Etienne. This is definitely Higgins for me.
Yeah, this is definitely Higgins here. Now I think we're caught up. I see JL Gaming is next.
Yes. All right, we were caught up.
Okay, so by the way, pause. It's like halftime, at least for you. It's about a little over an hour till kickoff, the game time. So just a quick reminder, get your picks in also on Underdog if you haven't yet. Before we get to jail, sorry, I'm going to make you wait a second. If you haven't done it yet, go and get your picks in because you get a gimme. It's Drake May just getting a yard. That's it. Against the Jets, I think he can pull it out. If you haven't tried Underdog, you get this. If you sign up for the very first time as a new customer using code ENDGAME, you also get up to $1,000 worth of bonus cash in your account. And as soon as you play $5 towards any pick, you can use their free pick. Any picks, any sport, doesn't even have to be NFL, doesn't have to be Thursday night, you can do it towards anything. Play $5, they give you $100 in bonus funds. So anybody out there hasn't tried Underdog yet, this is the time to take advantage of all that. And I know Boost Over has been over. It doesn't matter. They're giving you all these profit, boosts, these bonuses. Every day I see something, I get a notification. They're still giving you all these bonus promos. Just, it's worth it. Go ahead and take advantage of that. All right, Jail. Goff or Herbert?
I've got Herbert higher this week.
Yeah, I mean, Goff is always solid, but it's road Goff, right? Or no, they're at home. It is road.
No, they're on the road against the Eagles.
Yeah, on the road, Eagle defense has stepped up big time. Okay, RB2, Walker, Tracy, or Chuba?
Oh, none of the above. Nah, you can't start Chuba. I'll go. What did the Giants play? They played Packers. Oh,
God. I mean, look, for what it's worth, which is probably not much. The Giants are going to look different at least. I wonder if this coaching staff, which is, I know it's like the same coaching staff minus Dayball, but this interim coach with new quarterback, I'm just give Tracy the ball. Like, what is Devin Singletary doing for you, right? I would just take a chance on Tracy ripping off a big run.
Yeah, it's fine because it's not like I feel good about any of these guys. So that's fine.
All right. Pitts, Burden, or Addison in the flex?
I'm just going to go Addison.
Yeah. I mean, Pitts is actually in a great spot against the Panthers defense, but it's still Kyle Pitts. He's still got Penix. He's still a tight end. Demetrios, welcome back. Okay, this is a non-PPR wide receiver question. Diggs or Flowers?
I mean, Diggs has been scoring. That doesn't mean Flowers can't score.
We talked up Zay Flowers this week. I think we got to stick with him, don't we?
Yeah. I mean, I have Flowers higher, so I'm going Flowers. Just I wonder, like, Diggs has been scoring, but Flowers can score. Let's just go Flowers.
Yeah, we go Flowers here. This is also another really close one. So Cannon is asking, do I play Diggs tonight in the flex? I mean, sure. Or Woody, Juwan Jennings, or Debo. I think Diggs over those guys, right?
Full PPR. I do like Woody, but I have Diggs a little higher.
Yeah, full PPR. By the way, JL Gaming, thank you. Got that membership. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, then let's get to Eruptive. 12-man PPR. Here is the squad. And then on the bench, you got DeMarcado, Irving, well, a bunch of injured guys, Shakir. Any changes and any trades? I assume that's Parker Washington. It says R Washington.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's R Washington? I assume Parker Washington. Well, I mean, hopefully you get Bucky back this week. If you get Bucky back this week, obviously you take Rachaad White out, put Bucky in. Tez Johnson and Parker Washington in over Shakir. I think I'm going to put Shakir in. Look, if Godwin actually plays, then I'll probably put him in over Tez. If Godwin doesn't play, I'll probably put him in over Washington.
Is asking anything to do trade-wise here?
I mean, not really. Like, what do you... I mean, you need to improve a wide receiver. Like, I mean, you do a Marvin Harrison, but that's it. But what are you really going to trade? Like, Fan and Kincaid, they're not going to get you much. I mean, Bucky's value, I mean, it's going back up because he might play, but still, it's not where it should be. I don't really see anything here. It stands out.
Well, the problem is basically everybody on your bench is hurt. So
Right.
a lot of trade value here. And I don't see any obvious sell highs. So I think you're good. I mean, look, if you get Bucky back, Harrison back, you're getting better. All right. And then let's get to Ronskov. Flex Henderson, Harvey, Brees, or Diggs?
It's PPR. I've got Diggs the highest.
Yeah, this is that again. I feel like we had this. Was it yesterday? It was like Henderson or Diggs, right? Which Pat do you prefer? And it's close. I might take a chance on Henderson having that big game, but this is pretty close. Matthew Molina needs 3. Henderson, Barkley, Kyron, or I assume Javonte. 1 sits.
Yeah, I think Kyron's going to sit for me, actually. I think Kyron's one that sits. A tough matchup this week against the Seahawks.
Yeah, just so happens Kyron's got a tough defense, run defense, and Henderson has the Jets. So let's do that. You're going to sit Kyron. All right. Kevin McCarter. Mahomes over Brees.
So this is super flex. Yeah, I'm definitely starting Mahomes over Brees. If Mahomes is your super flex, he should just be in there every single week. No thought given.
I know it's Denver, and I know, but come on, he's still got way more upside than any running back.
Brees has to face the Denver of run defenses.
Yeah. This is Mahomes. All right, well, JL Gaming's got another one. Appreciate you, JL. Thank you for the super chat and the membership. So any changes with the lineup this week? We got Herbert, we got Jacobs, we got Tracy, we got Jefferson, Nico, and DK. We have Chris dying of water inhalation. Gadsden flexing Pitts defense. Wait, what? We're flexing Kyle Pitts? Addison, Burden, Chuba, and Kenneth Walker. I mean, look, Kyle Pitts is actually got a great spot this week, as I mentioned. I don't know, though.
I would flex Addison over Pitts.
Yeah, I think Addison. And I can't go. You can't go Pitts over Gadsden. Gadsden's been too good.
No. Yeah, Gadsden for sure.
Okay, well, actually, I don't know. Okay, let me put it to you this way. I know DK Metcalf is pretty close to being dead to you. Would you put Addison instead of DK and flex Pitts? Like, in other words, Pitts over DK?
Nah, it's not like I feel. I mean, Pitts might have a good spot this week, but he still has Michael Penix. Like, I'll just go with DK against the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I wouldn't do that too. Just throwing it out there. I'd like to see how low you can go. Walker. Okay, so you asked Walker, Chuba, Tracy. You definitely don't want to play Chuba. We said Tracy, so I guess that's fine.
Yeah, Tracy's fine, I guess.
Defense. Look, I don't know who else is out there. Defense, the Lions going against the Eagles on the road. Not a great spot. If you can stream a better defense, let's try to do that. Okay, and let's move on. Thank you, JL. Appreciate you. Let's get to. Yes, thank you. I am a dad, so I'm allowed to do dad jokes. Jamie, Schoolcraft. Kate Otten or Hunter Henry?
And I'm going Kate Otten.
Only contemplating due to other 10. Oh, that's fine. I mean, look, these are pretty good options for tight end these days. Yeah, look, Hunter Henry gets the Jets, but Kate Otten's getting that target share. You got to go Kate Otten here. Caleb or Purdy? I'm not trusting Purdy.
No, I'm going Caleb.
Not. Let's see. Let's see him make it through the game. All right, Cody. Here come two lineups. Ready?
Yep.
Hurts, Bijan, Judkins, CD, Devontae, Henry, Aaron Jones, and Tez at the flex. Burden, Sutton.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, Tez, I get it, but I'm not starting Tez over Sutton. If it's me, I'm putting Sutton in.
Yeah, I think we got to put Sutton over Tez. All right, and then let's go lineup 2: McCarthy, Jacobs, Henderson, Chase, Addison, Andrews, Vidal, Slayton. Only Jacoby on the bench?
That's fine. I don't really need to start Jacoby this week.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only change you can make. I mean, if Slayton is still banged up with that injury, that hamstring, then just pivot to Jacoby, but nothing else to change here. Okay. Nick. Harvey or Woody Marks?
I have Woody Marks higher. I'm going to trust that Woody Marks continues to get the work, and it's the Titans.
Only because it just so happens RJ Harvey gets a super tough matchup against the Chiefs. Woody Marks gets the Titans. And it's not just the Titans are horrible, but the Titans is the team that he had a big game against before. So only because the matchups this week, we'll go Marks. All right, we got Eric Kurtz. Thank you, Eric. Let's see. Look for your comment, your question, I should say. It is this: Judkins or Brees?
I have Brees just above Quinshon Judkins this week, so I'm going to go Brees.
Yeah, this one is pretty close. I mean, nervous about both to some extent, but Brees has shown, more involvement as a pass catcher. Someone did point out, that now the Browns are changing things up in terms of play calling. Judkins is actually getting some targets. It's not that much, though. I mean, come on, 3 targets. It's like it's more than nothing, but it's not enough to put like him in like Brees Hall territory. Okay, let's see. All right, make sure we get all those. Where did Cody's? And now it's time for. Let me try. Hold on. Let's try this.
Yeah.
Mikolodiek Konopka. aka Mikon60. Thank you. Thank you, Miko. Currently 7-3 in first. Got Caleb, Gibbs, JT, Quinshawn, Harvey, Slayton, J-Mo, Watt, Montez, Ricky, Wilson, McBride, and Gadsden. Seeing if JT for Chase, Pittman, or Lamb and Pickens. Is that enough for the offensive player of the year?
Well, I mean, is that Jamar Chase or Chase Brown?
Well, he's talking about needing wide receiver, so I'm assuming it's got to be Jamar Chase.
I mean, yeah, I'll trade JT if I get Jamar Chase and Pittman. I will trade JT. Lamb, Pickens. I mean, it feels fair. Like, who's he got? He's got Slayton, Jameson, Watson, Tez, Ricky, Garrett Wilson on IR now. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's pretty rough.
That's pretty rough. I might do either of these, honestly. Obviously, I would prefer the Chase one. But if I have to take CeeDee Lamb and Pickens, I think that's fair.
Yeah, obviously JT, one of those guys you really don't want to trade unless you have to. You kind of have to. I mean, you cannot have Jameson Williams, Darius Slayton as like your top two receivers. So yeah, all right, I agree. I prefer the Chase one first. So yeah, it's fair. It's doable. Let's do it. Jason, what's up, Jason Quinones? All right, hesitant about Brees. You're right. Vidal has a slightly better matchup. AJ crying as usual. All right, so
okay, but he asked. I don't know if you were on the stream when he asked this. It was non-PPR. Brees, Vidal, or AJ Brown.
Well, then yeah, I'm going Vidal actually. Then.
All right.
What did you say? Did you say Brees?
I said Brees, but I have Vidal and Brees neck and neck. They're both in tough matchups. I just feel like Brees is they're just gonna give Brees 30 touches tonight. Because what else do they have?
Well, that's assuming that they can afford to give him 30 touches. True. Yeah, if it's non-PPR, give the slight edge to Vidal.
I mean, Vidal, yeah, I have him back to back. So if you want to play Vidal, it's fine.
Right.
I don't feel strongly here.
We have Bewigged Chip. All right. I have HN and Kyron, Woody Marks, RJ Harvey on the bench. Nice. JSN Jamar. Wow. Should I trade Kyron and Pickens for Barkley for the playoff schedule?
I don't know. I don't know if you lose it, but I also don't know if you win it.
I mean, then basically you're throwing, not Saquon, but you're throwing Saquon in there, Kyron becomes your flex instead of Pickens, I guess. It's kind of how
Kyron is gone.
Oh, he's trading away Kyron. So you're thinning out
flexing Woody. He'd be flexing Woody Marks or RJ Harvey instead of assuming Pickens here. I don't think I'm doing this.
Yeah, because it kind of like. Look, I like RJ Harvey rest of the season. Do you want to depend on them? Chan and Saquon, and then you're flexing one of those rookies. It's not bad, but I don't think it's necessarily helping you. All right. Dion just realized Harvey's on the waiver wire. Could drop Rashad White for him? Yes. Especially with Bucky now possibly coming back. This is the time. Yeah, absolutely do it. What about Josh Nelson? It's a 12-teamer. May, CMC, Manungai, Puka Wandale, McBride, London on the bench, Ted Algier, JCM, Fannin, Tez Pearsall. Any sort of
man, Manungai is your RB2, but I guess that's all you got. Him or Algier?
Algier.
Puka Wandale? Yeah, I mean, with Russ, with Jameis, probably keep one. I'd probably keep what you have.
Yeah, the only thing maybe, hope Algier scores over Manungai, but Manungai's been getting more touches. I just keep it. No changes here. Chris.
What's up?
Hey. Half super flex. One quarterback, one flex. Caleb Purdy, or both Hendo.
Well, I'm gonna start. Like I don't think I can be so low on Purdy that I bench him in Superflex.
Right. I mean, I don't love Purdy this week. I don't want to start Purdy this week, but it's super flex. You go with the quarterback, right? I mean, you're not talking about Jahmyr Gibbs, Trayvon Henderson, right? Like he's not quite there yet. So I think you just got to go both quarterbacks.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. And as we keep going here, let's see what Anthony says. There's a trade in one league. Mahomes for Puka. Team getting Puka is 7-3. The team getting Mahomes is 3-7. Ooh, look, we're not fans of vetoes. That's if this is a non-super flex league, this one kind of smells.
Oh, this one's definitely stinky. No doubt about it. Definitely stinky here. Definitely stinky.
Why is the guy giving up Puka to get a quarterback? I don't know. I think the commissioner needs to step in here because this does disrupt the competitive balance of the league. Right. The guy who's already 7-3 is now suddenly getting Puka Nacua. Yeah. Fantastic. How about this trade? Bowers for Henry and BTJ.
I think it's fair. I mean, like if you don't need Bowers, I think Bowers for Henry is fair. So get BTJ thrown in, you never know. I think it's fine. I think it's fair.
Yeah, looking at your squad, Henry now is becoming your running back one, and you're not very deep at running back. I hate to say, you can start Vidal at the end, but yeah, give me Henry over even a tight end like Bowers. Yeah, do this. If you looks like you already did it, so you already did this, then yeah, I think that's a good trade for you. BTJ to me is just like a dice roll at this point. Even if he gives you nothing, I think it was worth doing. Bowers for Henry straight up seems fair. Let's see about Ronnie Santana. Ronnie, hello, welcome back. Start Mason Taylor tonight or Colson Loveland. I think it's time for us to kind of move on from Mason Taylor. And you want to say, well, Garrett Wilson's out. What else do they have? Garrett Wilson has been out, right? He missed up until last week where he, again, did nothing and then got injured. Mason Taylor has not done anything, and it's not his fault. It's that offense. I think we could just ignore Mason Taylor from here on out. Let's go Loveland. Loveland has been good. Loveland is definitely the better offense. So, yeah, we can just forget about Mason Taylor. Vice Key, 2-2-2. Jacobs, Henry, Warren, Henderson, Monrod, JMO, DK, Quentin, then tight end. Okay. Your two running backs, definitely Jacobs. And, well, wow. I think we're going to flex. I think we're just going to go all four running backs because I want to start all four of them, and your receivers aren't amazing. So Jacobs, Henry, running back, Warren, Henderson, flex. And, well, no, take that back. Henderson plays tonight. So Jacobs and Henderson are your running backs. Henry and Warren are your flexes. Of course, Amon-Ra is your number one receiver. And number two receiver here, I'm going to go JMO. DK is just okay. JMO, now that Dan Campbell has been calling the shots, he's actually getting involved, and they might not need to pass. It's actually a good matchup for him against the Eagles this week. QJ is like whatever. And then at tight end, well, obviously you're not playing Kincaid. I would say if Schultz is healthy and needs a go, you just go Schultz. Good matchup for him. He's been getting targeted lately, so go Schultz there. And then let's get to Aaron Fisher. Needs a flex. Henry, Rome, Flower, Judkins, Keenan. Wow. Flex options, huh? It's definitely not Keenan, and I'm going to put Judkins second to last. We do like Flowers a lot this week, but we're going to be able to put him over Rome. I don't think so. I mean, Rome is not in a bad spot at all, so I'm going to go Rome. It's PPR. Henry, just because he has a tougher matchup personally. I'm going to go with Rome here. Like Flowers, but I think Rome has to be your choice. What do you think about that? Henry, Rome, Flowers, Judkins, Keenan.
Actually, I think I'm going Flowers. I don't think I'm as high. I have them back to back. So if you want to go Rome, it's fine.
So I was
I
saying,
feel like it's gonna be a down Rome week.
well, we do like Flowers a lot, and that's what makes this tough. So yeah, it's close. There's one other I was gonna put up, but I wanted your opinion on this. Sean Kinman had a vision of Mac Hollins scoring a touchdown, so I picked him up.
Hey, go for it.
I mean, what could go wrong?
I had a dream AJ Brown went off, and I was like, I knew I should have put AJ Brown on the booms this week. So there you go.
We'll see. We will see. T. Davis, Mariota, or Purdy?
I'm going to take Purdy in that 49ers offense.
Yeah, all right. Here's the line. Okay, I can go Purdy here and take a chance because what do you really expect from Mariota? So, Judy or Michael Wilson?
I'm going to go Judy.
Yeah, I think you got to go Judy there. Tet or Otten?
Wow, this is actually close. Man.
Yeah, Tet has not had big games lately. I mean, honestly, he hasn't really had a big game all season except
I was going to say lately.
Yeah.
Lately.
The last time these two teams played, right, Falcons and Panthers, and it was all Panthers. Remember, they blew him out. He had 3 catches, 48 yards. I might just go Otten.
Yeah, I might just go Otten too. Honestly, it's just like what's the ceiling for Tet in this offense?
Exactly. All right, Bob wants another debate here. Needs 2 between Igbuka, Pickens, Odunze, AJB. I think Igbuka has to be 1.
Yeah, Igbuka's 1. Pickens is 2 for me.
Yep. I like Pickens a lot. It's those first 2. And then we have Tells, Dortch, the return of Greg Dortch, or Trey Tucker.
I don't think I want to fire up Greg Dortch. I mean, I don't really want to fire up Tucker either, but I'll go Trey Tucker here.
And, Dortch, I get this because obviously Harrison out. Some people have been talking Michael Wilson. But remember, Zay Jones also injured. But it's probably just going to be all Trey McBride. So let's go Trey Tucker. Esteban Carlos. Okay. Shallow Superflex League. If I remember Esteban, I always remember the picture there. He's the one that's like a 3 quarterback league or something crazy. He says Superflex, but anyways. Got Caleb Flacco, CMC Rico, Chase Lab, Rome Bowers, and then the bench. Got some Brisket, got those guys. Dart, Kittle on the bench. Chase Brown is like on waivers.
Wow. Pittman on waivers, Swift on waivers, Henderson on waivers, Purdy on waivers in a super flex league. I would drop Jacoby Brissett for Purdy in a super flex league. I'd rather have Purdy rest the season.
He's got Dart also.
Yeah, there. You don't even need Purdy, honestly. You don't even need. You know what? You have Dart and Burrow, and these.
Yeah, you don't really need anything.
No.
All right.
Look, when you can just go to the waiver wire and pick up, like, oh, Rico got hurt. Okay, that's fine. Next week, I'll just pick up Chase Brown. It's like, what do you really need?
Yeah. Here's the thing. You have Flacco and Burrow, and Dart is probably going to be back next week. Yep. I would drop Brissett to get Chase Brown or Brees. That's fine. Get your shiz. Half PPR. Hunter Henry Herald fan.
I think I have Fan in higher. I do. I'm not feeling Hunter Henry this week, which means he'll probably have 2 catches for 2 touchdowns tonight.
That's exactly what Hunter Henry would do. Fannin has been getting more targets. We like to chase target share, not what if he scores a touchdown. So yeah, let's go Fannin. All right, Tyler. What's up, Tyler? Hope, yeah, definitely having a good day. Update. All right, doing well. 7-3. Good to hear.
Nice.
And then we got Mahomes, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Dobbins, Mark Spears, Jason, London, Collins, Pearsall, Judy Wilson, Gadsden, and Kincaid. All right. So I don't remember how many he needs to start. But
I'll just assume 2-2-1. We'll go Gibbs, Chase Brown. We'll go JSN London. We will flex Nico, and we will go Gadsden at tight end.
Yep. You're pretty deep across the board. I mean, obviously Dobbins is hurt, Kincaid is hurt. You're good. I mean, look, having Pearsall back and he's like your number 4 receiver. Wilson chilling there. I mean, Wilson on IR kind of hurts, but yeah, I mean, you're in a good spot, Tyler. You're doing well. And then we got Ben Grimes. Has to bench one of these really good players. I have a feeling I know who it might be. I don't like it.
Yep. The king must sit.
Only because it's the Bengals, Jalen Warren. I guess we can give the king a week off. That's right. Let him get some rest. Myron, Judkins, Warren, Aaron Jones, Harvey, Sutton. Could get Michael Wilson or A.D. Mitchell off of waivers. We need 1, 1, and 1.
I don't think so. Well, no, I'm not starting those guys over Sutton. I'm just going to go Sutton at wide receiver, Warren and Jones running back and flex.
Yep, Warren, Jones, Sutton. No, those guys don't make the cut. Gabriel Sosa, rate my monster trade.
Wow, this is a monster trade.
Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, and Michael Pittman for London, Waddle, Aaron Jones. I think I like the first side better.
I know. I think I do too, sadly.
Let's see the squad. Okay, Goff. You can get by with Goff. Bijan, got Aaron Jones, Waddle, London. I mean, you got London, Adams, Waddle. That's good. I would like having Saquon, though. I don't know. Rating the trade, it's not terrible. Like, you got good players, but it's more like a C plus.
Yep.
But your team is pretty solid. All right, cool. Courtney Schultz, welcome back, Courtney. 2 receivers in the flex. We got a Dunze, Franklin, Tez, Parker Washington.
I'm going to go Dunze, Franklin. I mean, I have Tez ahead of Tet right now. If Godwin is out, I'll go Tez.
Right, assuming that nothing changes there. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. All right, then we have Cipala Design. Needs tight end help. Okay. Rock solid Jake Ferguson, or the guy who's facing the Bengals defense. It's Pat Freiermuth.
Yeah, I'm just going to stick with Jake Ferguson here.
I mean, look, I get it realistically. He's probably not going to go for like 100 yards and 2 touchdowns again. I mean, he definitely could have a big game, but Ferguson has a totally fine matchup. So I get it, though. I get it. Germ 209. So lost 2 quarterbacks, grabbed Brissett, and then Marv went down. So who do we like here? I mean, like I'm gonna just stick with Tua, but I know you don't have to.
Yeah, out of this group, I'll go Tua.
And Brissett probably would have been the choice here if Marv was good to go. Although I mean, look, you gotta like Tua anyways. Again, last 4 games, right? For last month, Washington allowing the most fantasy points to quarterbacks. That defense has imploded. Okay. We're still catching up on super chats. We still got time. The game like 40
Oh, I
minutes
gotta
away,
step away
50
one more
minutes
time.
away.
Sorry, guys.
So again, we're catching up. All the super chats for sure. If you did super chat, don't worry. We're going to get your question put on the screen and answered, no doubt, before the game starts. We're going to do some others as well. We're going to do some other regular comments. So we'll do a little lightning round here in a second. Just keep in mind, we're going to answer as many as we can. Can't get them all, unfortunately, but we'll do what we can. And also, real quick, before we keep going, don't forget to like and subscribe, right? We're trying to help as many people as possible. Just, you know what? Love just hanging out and talking football with y'all. So keep it coming. And don't forget, right? If you haven't subscribed yet, helps us out tremendously. And we can continue to be on here and help you guys. So let's go to Juice, having a hard time deciding. Wow. That's a tough one. You super chatted for this, huh? Look, there is no bad choice here, but taco soup, yeah, taco anything, that's my move. I know with 100% certainty I can speak for Chris because I know from conversations we had, he absolutely loathes Olive Garden. He refuses to eat there. You have to remember he's Italian, like actually Italian. So the Olive Garden is out. It's out for him. It's the taco soup. Javier Leon, Knicks, Brissett, Flacco, Rogers. This one is easily Flacco. Yeah, Flacco in that matchup again. Expect a lot of points, kind of like last time, even if it isn't quite as high scoring. Great matchup. I don't expect much of anything from any of those other three guys. So this is pretty easily Flacco. All right, let's go back now to Michael Sanchez. Trade Monty and Pearsall for Etienne. I mean, not if you're getting Etienne's side. Honestly, at this point, what's the big advantage of Etienne over Monty? Like, I don't think there's much of one. Monty, I know he's been pretty inconsistent this year. Honestly, a little disappointing. He'll have a good game, and he'll do nothing. He's had a lot more nothing games than last year, but he's still in a great offense. He's still a pretty solid running back most weeks. Etienne, it's not like he's lighting the world on fire. So this is a better running back. Like if this was like Breece Hall or someone like that, like with more upside, like I might be tempted, but nah. I mean, Monty Etienne, like I don't even necessarily want to do that straight up. And you're throwing in Pearsall, who just now is coming back and has upside. I'm definitely preferring the Monty Pearsall side for this one. All right, and I want to make sure I didn't skip anybody. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, so right now still sticking to the super chat for sure, but let's do a quick lightning round in a second as soon as Chris steps back in. Felipe, I got to answer this one. Felipe Giacomo, Mayfield, definitely Mayfield. Like, you can just get rid of the this week part. If it's Mayfield or Rodgers, it's Mayfield. Okay? With Mayfield, the matchup almost doesn't matter. And with Rodgers, the matchup almost doesn't matter because why would I ever want to start Rodgers? It's definitely Mayfield here. I get it, right? I get the matchup is really good for Rodgers. I don't care. I'm going Baker Mayfield. Okay. Let's get to the next one is Michael, newcomer again. Traded AJB, Breece Hall, and Monty for Jacobs. Okay. Well, let's see. RBs are now Gibbs and Jacobs. That's pretty good. Igbuka, Amon-Ra, and Dunze. Okay. Like, I feel like that's a lot. Like, that's definitely a haul for Jacobs. But you know what? You seem to be already pretty deep at running back. I mean, I don't know who your RB3 and 4 are, but hopefully you don't need to ever break them out with Gibbs and Jacobs. I mean, your lineup is good. This might be one of those. I feel like it's like a slight overpay, but it did strengthen your starting lineup for the playoffs. What do you think? AJB, Breece Hall, and Monty for Jacobs?
Yeah, I'm fine with this. I think this is a good. I mean, I don't generally like 3 for ones. Feels like a lot, but I mean, you're getting the clear best player here.
Right. Like that's why it's like a slight overpay, but look at the starting lineup. I think you're good up and down. So this should work out for you. Hopefully a win-win. Zach Mudd needs RB2. Monty, Manungai, or Singletary?
I'll just go Monty. I don't even love Monty this week.
Nah, but better than those guys. All right, Linton Mare. Brees or Amari DeMarcado?
Brees.
Yeah. Even if, like every other Cardinals running back is out, you got to put Brees over DeMarcado. All right, what about flex? Gadsden or Flowers? I mean, Gadsden is certainly flex worthy, but we like Flowers too much this week, don't we?
Yeah, Flowers.
It's Flowers. Yes, thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. Let's let that burn onto your screen just for a few seconds here. All right. And let's see. Gotta make sure we get to all the super chats in time. And our members. Javier, what are we doing with these 4 scrubs? Who's the scrubbiest? Tet, Myers, Shakir, Franklin. I mean, that's not too bad.
Yeah, Shakir hasn't really been a scrub. I mean, Franklin definitely hasn't been a scrub. Ted's really been okay. I think I would rank them Shakir, Franklin, Tet, Myers.
Yeah. Like you could definitely get much lower on the totem pole here to talk about scrubs. Can also grab Judy or Hollins for tonight. Nah, not over those guys. All right, how about this? Speaking of Hollins, whom Crichton Tong wants to know, Mac Hollins or Jaden Higgins?
I might just go Mac Hollins tonight.
This one is interesting.
Not a question I expected the answer.
Huh?
I said this is not a question I was prepared for.
You were mentally prepared. I was not prepared for all the Mac Hollins. We have more Mac Hollins questions here. Did you see the thing? I don't know if you talked about D'Amico Ryans basically saying about Higgins and Woody and all the rookies. He's like, they're not rookies anymore. Like, there are no rookies. Like, get them out there. Like, I don't think this means Higgins is getting 10 targets, right? He's not. This Titans, but still. I'll be curious to see what happens. But if I have to start one of these, sure, go Mac tonight, just because they play the Jets. So here we go. Molly Wop. Trying to listen. What's up, Molly? Did you say no to starting Mac tonight? Was thinking of dropping Shaheed to play Mac. Austin Jacoby and Malik Washington are on waivers.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I think it was like Mac or somebody decent. I think I could probably play Mac Collins over Calvin Austin. I don't know if I could play him over Jacoby or Malik Washington, though. I don't know.
I think if I have to roster one of these guys right now, it's Jacoby.
Yeah.
But I think if I have to flex one this week, I don't know. Maybe it's Malik. I think I got to say Malik Washington. I mean, I'm big on Tua going against the Washington defense. Maybe it's Malik Washington this week. So that's probably what I do. Let's get to Julio, by the way. Just saying hello. What's up? You can subscribe. All right, then we got Jake the Snake with all the news around AJB. Should I be more or less worried?
Well, I think you got to be more worried. Like, that's not good, right? But at the same time, like, I mean, it's not like he's been great, so it can't really get worse, right? Can't get worse?
Probably not. I don't even, like, a lot of it's just drama. That's all. Like, it doesn't affect as much. Don't be more worried about all of this drama. They don't care. All right, so Gabriel Sosa from the last one, he wants to know Ferguson or Theo Johnson.
Still going Ferguson.
Yeah, definitely Ferguson here. Joe, Rashad White, RJ Harvey, or Wandale at the flex?
I think I'm going RJ Harvey here. I mean, Wandale's certainly more interesting with Jameis Winston for sure, but I'll take a chance on Harvey here.
Interesting. I mean, I don't know. We don't have final word on Slayton yet. I mean, I think they're going to have to pass quite a bit. I think I got to go Wandale, assuming it's PPR. He should be targeted pretty heavily. And then we got Brian Babulich. Welcome, Brian. Traded Henderson, Goff, and Puka for what, Lamar Jackson and Jamar Chase.
I mean, it seems fine. Like Puka, Jamar, close, but you got to prefer Jamar, I think. Like Henderson and Goff for Lamar feels fine. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I don't love trading away Henderson because you're basically getting a QB upgrade, but this could pay off. And look, I know it's been a minute since I've said this, but the Ravens actually have a really good schedule the rest of the season. And so, yeah, I mean, this might help your squad, right? If Henderson wasn't like your RB2, like guy that you really need, if you're already good at running back, I think this is fine. All right, Brian Morera, 2 QB league. Well, we need to pick 2, I guess, wide receivers. Trey Tucker, Addison, Kenneth Walker, Jacoby Myers. We just need 2 flexes.
I'm going to go Addison. Oh, man. I don't know. I have Jacoby next highest. We're in the land of who knows. Who knows? But I got to think Jacoby would be more involved this week. He only ran like 50% of the routes last week.
Yeah, it's Addison is pretty somewhat surely the number 1 option here. I think Jacoby is number 2. And then Hunter Henry or David Njoku.
I'll go Hunter Henry here.
Yeah. I think Fannon's getting a lot more targets there. So, okay, Julio does have a question. Rico or Hendy?
I still have to go Rico here. Like I have no worries about Rico's usage, touches, performance. Gets a great matchup this week. I still got to have Rico ahead of Henderson.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Henderson could bust out here. Great matchup, but you just kind of have to start Rico. Sweatika starting a Lamar Jackson or Drake May.
Nah, if I have Lamar Jackson, I don't even think about my QB. I just start Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and I get this because of course Drake May gets the Jets, and we also have Drake May is just kind of sit and forget territory, but
right.
He's not Lamar Jackson. He's not running in 1 or 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? You just kind of have to start Lamar over pretty much every quarterback that isn't maybe Josh Allen. Dan Cat. We need 2 of these. Rico, Genti. Well, this is Dowdle or Kyron. So I don't know if it's just those 3.
I would rank them Rico, Genti, Kyron.
Yeah. Rico and Dowdle is number 1. And Genti is 2. Dan Cat also Gadsden or Goddard.
I'm going to go Gadsden.
Yeah, let's go Gadsden there. Now we got Treestone 007. Have Brees, CMC, Chase Brown, and Woody Marks. 1 must sit. Is it Brees?
Yep, Brees sits here. Brees sits.
Yeah, we got Marks over Brees barely because of matchup. Again, Brees, one of the toughest matchups versus that Pats run defense. Marks, he gets the Titans.
Yep.
All right. A-Luck. All right.
Man.
Worried about Jefferson.
I mean, it's fair to be a little worried about Jefferson, but I think, you'll see tomorrow if you watch the video. We feel pretty good about Jefferson this week.
Yeah, again, it's true. Like statistically with McCarthy has not been great, but it doesn't mean it won't get better. And this week it's a great matchup. So like if you're thinking about benching Jefferson, don't. Justin Gilbert, bench players, keep or drop. Chuba, Mims, Shaheed to pick up guys like Burton, Wilson, C-Rod, DeMarcado, Bill.
You can definitely drop Chuba. I would drop Chuba, pick up Luther Burden.
You can definitely drop Mims.
Yeah, I don't know who I'd pick up though. I I mean, because Michael Wilson, he's only 1 or 2 weeks, and then Harrison's back. So assuming are you just like, you need Michael Wilson right now? Probably not. So you're just stashing him to hope what?
Yeah. Well, he says bench players, so I assume he's not starting any of these guys. So just stash.
Yeah, I might pick up Chris Rodriguez. Look, interesting thing in the first half last week, he was like the guy. Bill was barely touching the ball in the first half. It was only in the second half after Chris Rodriguez left the game that they started giving Bill the ball. Like, what if Rodriguez is the guy down the stretch? So I would pick up, I would drop Chuba for Burden, Mims for Rodriguez. I mean, I think out of these guys, I would just keep Shaheed and hope it gets better in that Seattle offense.
All right, man. That's exactly what I'm thinking. There you go, Justin. Robert Mitchell has returned. What's up, Robert? Pearsall or Javonte to flex this week?
Javonte.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a little skeptical. Purdy and Pearsall making it through the game. You could roll them out if you need to, but Javonte is in a great spot. Just you got to go Javonte. All right, let's keep going here with Jedi Koth, who's one of our members, always in the house. Yeah, we're getting this in. 2 running backs in the flex. Henderson, Genty, Aaron Jones, Judkins, Dowdle.
Oh, man. I'm going Genty, Dowdle. I mean, I really like Aaron Jones this week. I have Aaron Jones over Henderson. So that's what I'm doing.
I mean, Rico is pretty close to a must start here. I think I got to go Rico, Henderson, Genty. I like Aaron Jones too, but I think I like Henderson more. All right. We got get your shiz again. Hunter Henry or Fannin in half.
I like Fannin more than Hunter Henry.
Yep. And then we got Scribbles. Am I being wild for considering Henderson over Cook? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't go Henderson over Cook.
This is where you can't let the matchup sway you too far, right? There's guys, again, Cook is must-start territory. You just don't think about the matchup. You just start Cook. You can't bench Cook. Starting Jacobs, you can't bench Jacobs. So that's not wild. Like, I get it, but like if you can throw him into your flex, I don't know who you're flexing, but you can't bench Cook. I'll just say, if you have Jacobs, Cook, and Henderson, you're pretty good heading, hopefully, the playoffs. Ben-tastic. Once Bijan is willing to give up Rice +1, what would be fair?
Probably Rice, Etienne, maybe. Rice, Etienne. Or if they really are like, hey, I really need, like, I'm good at running back. I really need wide receivers. Maybe like Rice and then Rome or Pickens.
Well, yeah, what's fair? It could be plus any of those players. I don't think any of them. If you add Rice plus any of those players, I don't think it would be too much, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming if the guy's going to trade Bijan, he would want a running back in return. You could try Etienne and Vidal. I don't know if that'll do it. So, and then if you trade, that's the thing. If you trade like Rice and Rome, you're really depleting your wide receiver room. So I just don't think it's a good idea. So try Rice plus Etienne and Vidal. If he laughs, then it's like, okay, Henry. And if not, then oh well. All right, Samantha. Hi again. So Purdy's active. Did you go Purdy over Goff?
I would not.
I mean, look, Goff is not in a great spot. I don't love Goff this week, but I definitely a little sketchy on Purdy. All right, Jordan Henry really wants this question answered. Let's do it. Should I trade Brees or Judkins Berg for Bowers?
I'm okay with either of these to get Bowers. Yeah. Brees for Bowers, Judkins and Ferg for Bowers, sure.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Not too much. You can do that. If I had to choose between the two, I mean, if you're getting Bowers, why do you need Ferguson, right? I would do the Judkins Ferguson one probably. Yes, Cody, you're. He's like, I'm hopping around every place, and you're not wrong this week. You're not wrong. Don't worry. We'll have a new background soon. Might be the old background. Forgot to ask my start Sid. This is Jake the Snake, AJB, Aaron Jones, Vidal.
I'm gonna go Aaron Jones, AJB.
Yep. All right, and then okay, how about this from Riza Jalali, Kittle or Bowers?
I'm still playing Bowers. Look, if Bowers busts again this week, then maybe we're like in full-fledged panic mode on Bowers. But until then, he's in my lineup.
Right. Real quick here, Brittany. Think I can get anything for Knicks at this point?
I don't know. Maybe somebody will like buy a cup of coffee if they really need a QB.
I would take that coffee. Yeah. He's been bad. He has a tough matchup. Then he's on bye. Probably not, but it's worth a shot. All of a sudden, has a super chat. Pick 2, Diggs, Swift, Chase Brown, Rashad White, Aaron Jones.
Chase Brown and Aaron Jones are my picks. I am probably irrationally high on Aaron Jones this week.
I mean, Chase Brown for sure. Jones, Diggs is pretty close. I'm fine with Jones here. I don't feel like it's a big Diggs week, you know? So I think Diggs is solid, but I think Jones for upside. Paul W. We have to take a moment to appreciate the Bulldog there, right?
Yes.
One running back, one tight end. Darbs or B-Rob?
Give me Charbonnet. He at least scores.
Yeah, B-Rob's getting a little bit more involved, but come on, he's still just a very distant number 2 here. Sharp at least is like in the timeshare. What about Muth or Loveland?
I'll take a chance on Muth here.
Yeah, this week, find out. Find out with Muth. Cole Blackman. This is a 10-teamer. This PPR. Pick a flex. Judkins, Devonta Smith, Keenan, Henderson. Probably not those guys.
Well, we had Smith and Henderson earlier. It's really close. I guess just go Henderson tonight. Let's just hope we don't get bamboozled by Terrell Jennings.
Yep, same thing as before. Smith or Henderson. I slightly lean Henderson. CJ De La Cruz. One receiver in a flex. Smith. Jennings, Sutton, Henderson. Etienne, and there's Aaron Jones.
I'm going to go Smith at wide receiver and Henderson. No, I got Aaron Jones. I have Aaron Jones over Henderson, but I totally understand if you want to roll with Henderson tonight. Totally get it.
Yeah, it's definitely Smith at receiver, though. Henderson, Jones. Yeah, let you make the call, CJ. I think we're split on that one, barely, though. Like, I don't think it's a very strong call either way. Doug needs a receiver and a flex. Tez, Harvey, Vidal.
I'm going to go Harvey and Vidal. Oh, wait, we need a wide receiver. I'm going to go Harvey, and I like Tez. If Godwin doesn't play, I like Tez. So I'm going to go Harvey and Tez.
Yep, Harvey and Tez. Dex Ryu. We need a tight end to replace Warren. Ertz or Theo Johnson, and also, okay, well, let me answer the second part. If Tyler Warren comes back, you don't need a tight end too. You're not going to ever start Ertz or Theo Johnson over him. But this week, which one?
I like Ertz. Good spot for Ertz this week.
Yeah, just this week. Vidal, Jones, or Kyron?
I've got Aaron Jones ahead of Kyron. I'm going to go Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I mean, here it is, Aaron Jones for me. Again, Kyron most of the time will be your pick this week. Let's go Jones, and let's see what happens. Tree Stone, I know we did yours because I remember Tree 007. I couldn't forget that. Let's do this again. Which 3, Brees, CMC, Chase Brown, and Woody Marks? I think we said Brees sits, right?
Yeah, Brees sits here.
Okay. And then Robert. I got a few more because, that happens when you're in 30 leagues. White, Vidal, or Addison?
I'm gonna go Vidal.
RJ, Vidal, or Woody?
Woody.
Chase Brown or Brees?
Chase.
Yeah, definitely Chase Brown. And then Dobbs or Wandale?
Wandale.
There it is. Good luck, Robert. Andrew Patton. Brees or Etienne?
I have Etienne higher.
Yeah, all right. Zach Mudd. Someone dropped Jaden Daniels, picked him up to stash him.
Nice.
It's fine. Look, you don't need him, but maybe somebody else does, and you just stop them from getting him. So that's fine. Cody now with another one. Luther Burden or AD Mitchell. I don't know if you mean to stash or to start.
Either way, I'm going Burden. Stash or start. Take a chance on Burden in the Bears offense.
Right. Jedi Cough now. Judy or Michael Wilson?
Judy.
Judy it is. B. Wow. Puka for Jacobs.
Nah, give me Puka, unless it's non-PPR. You got Genty, Brees, Dowdle. You're good at running back. You got Higgins, Devonta Smith, and Puka. I mean, you're good at both, really, but I want Puka.
Yes, I mean, it doesn't save its PPR. Slight edge to Puka if it is half or full. And then, like you said, you're not desperate at running back. If you were desperate, you got Rico and Genty and then Brees. So it's not bad, but I think you have to prefer the Puka side. All right, then we have Doozy, I believe. Jalen Hurts or Drake May?
I'm going to go Drake May.
Yeah, like we had this question earlier with, here's the same question, actually. Nate Deasy, Drake May or Lamar, and we said Lamar, right? But Hurts or May, like Hurts hasn't been as productive lately, and it's a tougher spot. So let's go May. And then we have Tyler C. Here's that 0.7 PPR league. Has Daniel Jones. You have to start Rodgers. Well, I guess at least he gets the Bengals. Lad, J-Mo, BTJ, Watson, Shaheed Wilson, have Burrow. Trade him for Harrison.
Trade Burrow for Harrison? I think I would do that. You got Daniel Jones. Trade the QB you just picked up off the waiver wire, who, I mean, maybe you didn't just pick him up. I don't know, but yeah, you can just roll with Daniel Jones all year.
Well, here's the thing. Burrow, even if he comes back, it's not going to be, what did they say, week 13 was like his target. It doesn't mean it's going to be week 13. And even when he comes back, there's still injury risk. He might be rusty. So, yeah, I would take a guy like Harrison. All right, boom with another one. Any changes to this lineup? He says Flacco's on the wire. Go Flacco over Brissett for sure.
Yeah, I would go Flacco over Brissett.
Let's see. Bench has Higgins, Monungai. And those guys are on bye. I mean, there's really not much you can do. Flex Mac Hollins. You would go Higgins or Monungai over Mac Hollins?
I don't know. I mean, I guess just roll with Mac Hollins tonight.
Yeah. Just go for Mac Hollins and see what happens. So, no, I don't think there's any changes there. Andrew Eloy. Need your help. Dak or May?
I'm going to go May tonight.
Ooh, one more loss. I'm out of the playoffs. No, not good.
All right, don't lose. Don't lose this week.
Dan Cat with another one. I meant Rico, Genty, Devontae, or Kyron?
I think it was it pick 2 or 3? I don't remember. I'm going to rank them Rico, Genty, Devonta, Kyron. Can't remember if it was 2 or 3. So there you go.
I feel like it was 2. Juice says someone sent me a trade to try to get Bowers for BTJ. Yeah, that's a quick note. Mr. Purdy or Knicks?
Purdy.
Swift or Kyron?
That one's close. I have Kyron still above Swift.
Yeah, this week that is close. Kyron in a tough spot, but still got to go him over Swift. P has a trade question. Where's the trade question? Got offered Gadsden and QJ for
Suspense. The suspense.
Dak and Wanda.
So you got offered Gadsden and QJ to give up Dak and Wandale? I would take that.
Already have Drake May. You don't need Dak.
Yeah, I would take that.
Yeah, why not? You get a really good tight end. QJ is some depth here. Wandale, QJ. Yeah. You're basically trading a backup quarterback to get a tight end in Gadsden. Let's do it. Blair Davis. Welcome back, Blair. Traded Franklin and Marks for, I hope that's T. Higgins. Yes, that's good.
Yeah, I like that. Definitely.
Yeah, maybe it's not as good if it was Jaden Higgins. I'm going to assume it's T.
Yes.
And now it's J. Oh, okay. Yeah, correct. A little gross. Lockett, Michael Wilson, or A.D. Mitchell?
Yeah, I'll just take a chance on Michael Wilson here.
Right. This is a perfect example of when you just roll Wilson out and see what happens. We're less than 10 minutes from kickoff. Here we go. Let's get your questions in. We're not that far behind. Look, we always get them done. But if you have any questions, you absolutely want to make sure you get answered live before kickoff. Let's do them now. You can super chat. We'll get those. Nick, drop Bo Nix for McCarthy or Mariota.
Who's the Dark Knight? I don't know who the Dark Knight is. Who's Batman?
Jackson Dart, I'm assuming.
Oh, maybe. I mean, yeah, I think I would rather roll with, I don't know, I guess McCarthy this week.
Let's go for some upside. I mean, what is Nick's going to do? I would go McCarthy. You're not going to need Nick's anyways, like I said. You don't want to start him this week. He's on bye next week. You're going to have Dart, and then you're going to have Burrow, maybe, hopefully. I would rather have McCarthy this week. Dat Ratchet. I love stacks. All right, we do too. Which stack do you love? Okay, Flacco, Higgins.
I don't really love the Fields Brees Hall stack.
Have me going for a minute there. Also, my other RB options are Vidal, Warren, Nico Pickens, Pitts, or Loveland at tight end.
Pitts over Loveland. I mean, I definitely am playing Warren. I like Warren the best out of your running backs. I guess Vidal slightly over Brees.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's the Flacco Higgins stack for sure, though. And then P also Jennings or Wandale?
Jennings.
It is Jennings. Okay. A-Rod, Mark Andrews, or Freiermuth?
Now, I'll take a chance on Muth against the Bengals.
Yeah. Andrews is pretty much touchdown dependent. Freiermuth definitely could score this week. Speaking of tight ends who are touchdown dependent, Dex Ryu, Ertz, or Henry?
I like Ertz this week. It's a good spot for him against the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, either way, you're just hoping for something. All right, this is Kevin S. 14-man league is rolling at 8-2. Here's the squad, the bench. You got Darnold, Monungai, Tez. Oh, okay. He's asking for trades. Any trade moves? I mean, yeah, it's a 14-man league. You don't really have a lot of running back depth. You just hold Bucky and, hope he plays. Don't know what else you could do here. I mean, your bench is pretty thin.
Yeah. Sorry, I know we're almost done with the stream, but I got to go for 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, look, you're 8-2. Obviously, you're rolling. You're pretty good. I think you're fine here. Just hold what you have. Hold Bucky, Gibbs, Harvey. I think just hold for now. Bruce Coy, Lamar or Flacco? It's Lamar. Look, I love me some Flacco, and it's a great matchup. You start Lamar. You don't ask. It's Lamar for sure. All right, we'll try to do some quickly here. A little lightning round. Arif Singh, Harvey, Judkins, or Ted this week. Oh, wow. Well, I think for this one, we got to know if it's PPR or non-PPR, or if it's half. If it's PPR, actually, I'm going to go Harvey because he's going to catch the passes. He still has just as much touchdown upside as those guys. So I think it's Harvey. Yeah, it's probably Harvey anyways. I don't know if the format would really sway me off of him. Actually, now I think about it. Tajay Gibson, May or Herbert? It is May. Definitely May this week. And most weeks. Parker McAdams, thank you. Appreciate you, Parker. May or Hurts? We actually had this earlier, and going May. Obviously gets the Jets. Hurts is pretty much a must start every week, but so is Drake May now. Let's go May this week. Carlos Z, what's up, Carlos? Ooh, Lockett, Debo, McMillan, Dobbs, Shaheed, or Wilson. I'm going to go Debo. I don't want to start Lockett at all. Dobbs is banged up. Shaheed not involved enough. McMillan just not enough in that passing offense. Let's go Debo and hope he gets a solid target share. Knicks or Flacco is easily Flacco. And then Theo or Schultz, I'm going to go Schultz here. Like maybe if Slayton is out, which I don't expect, Theo Johnson becomes a little more interesting, but it's still a brutal matchup. So let's just go Schultz against the Titans. And then, oh, Anthony, love you. Let's go to, I'll make sure I get all the questions. Wow, look at that. Just in the nick of time. We got 2 minutes left. All right. Got all the super chats answered. Got, I think, all our member question answered. Let's do, before we get off, a couple more. Mike wants to know Vidal or Wandale in PPR. I kind of like Wandale this week. Jameis is going to sling it as much as possible. They're going to need to pass it against the Packers. So even though it doesn't look like a great matchup on paper, it's not necessarily a great spot for Vidal. Vidal is fine. I think Vidal gets you the floor, but I'm going to take a chance on Wandale having one of those big games. This is a tough one. Svar Raghavan, Odunze or Diggs. Chris is a little bit down on Odunze. I still think he's a solid start. Diggs, it's a good matchup, of course, against the Jets, but I don't know that it's a big game for Diggs necessarily. They're going to keep it on the ground if possible. I'm going to take a chance on Odunze. Again, I'm looking for upside. Always looking for upside. And then we just did that one. Chris Terry. Brees, Vidal, Kyron needs 2. In this case, I think you still have to start Kyron. And I'm going to put this is close. I'm going to put Vidal barely over Brees. I think I'm going to sit Brees here. Alexis, no. Surtain is not back this week. I believe he was on IR. He still has a couple of weeks left. He's not coming back real soon. All right, and then we got 1 minute left before this game starts to get kicking off, and can't answer these questions that have to do with tonight, but let's do a couple more. We already did that one. Killatek, what's up? Gadsden or Kelsey? I'm going to go Gadsden. It's obviously a tough spot for Kelsey against Denver. I think Gadsden is just rolling. Let's go Gadsden. All right, one more. Let's see. Okay, Ryan. Let's see Ryan's. Got to sit. Ooh, Travion, Jetty, Kyron, Judkins. Keep Travion in tonight, right now. Make sure he's in your lineup. I'm going to sit Judkins. Don't feel great about Judkins right now. I definitely don't have him ahead of those guys. And then pick one for Auden, Theo. Like Auden at tight end. Stafford, Dak. I'm going to go Dak. Nathan Allen, May or Flacco. You got to love Flacco this week, but you have to start May. Just put May in there. All right. That will do it, guys. Appreciate all of you for being here. I know it's been a crazy week, a little back and forth, but appreciate you always being on here. You're new to the channel. We're going to be with you every day throughout the entire season and throughout the off season. Constantly here to talk football, help you all out, and just Appreciate everyone who's watched and subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, take a second, click that subscribe button, and it doesn't hurt if you hit the like button too. All right, we got videos still coming out tomorrow, the next day. We're live stream with you on Saturday and, of course, on Sunday as well. Good luck, everybody, whatever you got going on tonight, right? Hopefully you got some skin in the game. If not, just enjoy some football, and we'll see you on the weekend.